you're ready. I bet you know what I'm going to ask about.
Well, I wish I'd have known. That would have helped, so,
Well, if you'll reflect on it live, how
yeah.
does it feel to get your 1,000th career win at home in Chicago?
Yeah, that's the neat part. And honestly, I had no idea that I was at 999. I don't count. That's not why I do it. And basically, winning, getting this 1,000 win, being shorthanded, um, you know, uh, being in Chicago means a lot. And it also means I'm very lucky. I've had when I go back and look at the coaching staffs that I've had and all the players, and wins like tonight. Obviously winning a title is great, but wins like tonight is why you coach. When you're just piecemealing it together and the guys are pulling together. We did it in Detroit. We did it the last Chicago game. We did it again tonight. These are the games that are when you sit back and think special wins. These are the ones that are really special.
If you don't mind also reflecting a little bit live, can you tell us what just happened in there?
They got me good. It's funny. Patrick asked me to interview at the game for my 1,000. That surprised me. I swear I don't count. I really don't. And then walking in the locker room, they set me up pretty well. I will say that. I think it was Joel and Seth with the bucket of water. I just know that was very cold and very refreshing. I wish it was beer instead. So.
You mentioned piecing it again.
Yeah.
Together tonight. Just like how are you able to keep doing it over?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of, it's not analytical right now. I can tell you that. Starting Paul and putting him on DeRozan, we just did it. I just thought his size and I knew he was going to get in some foul trouble and he wasn't going to play perfect ball, but I thought his energy was phenomenal. He did a lot of good things. We put him in a position that he had never been at. That was great. We were actually ready to go with the Joel and Drum lineup. We just never had to tonight. And then the four guards with the one big. We haven't done that a lot. I thought that was good. So what's great is everybody down the stretch, our execution. The ball went to the right player every single time. The last 2.5 minutes. That's team wins.
What can you say about how Ferg is executing when you're drawing up plays for him, when you're giving him the ball and taking a roll?
The good part about Ferg is when you draw up a play for Ferg, for him to shoot, he's going to shoot it. And there's something good about that if you know what I'm saying. Like, if we can get him air, he's going to let it go. And that's what you actually want him to do. I think what helps him, though, is his size and his ability to go downhill as well. I thought that stretch where he made the threes saved us because they were making a run, and then the execution down the stretch. I thought those are the two big points in the game.
I know we're used to seeing 30-point efforts from Joel, but he started off a little bit slow again, and then just what did you maybe see turn on for
The
him?
ball went in. I told him that Detroit game, because they're trapping them and off the traps, get into the little sweet spot and, almost like a zone O. And he did it in the Detroit game. He just didn't make them. And then we looked at it today. Those are your shots. And so what I loved about today is that he made them and he wanted them. Down the stretch, getting him to that elbow. That's the area for him at the end of games. And that's what we've been working on. The post is easy to trap. The elbow, it's hard. Like the one time they did come, George was right to the right of him. They made the play. So it was good.
Did you sense your team had to fight, a little bit of fatigue considering?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. It felt like early on, I thought the game was just sluggish, and what were we up 1 at the end of the first quarter or down 1? I loved it because we hadn't played yet, and you can feel that, and you can see them fighting it, trying to get guys in and out. Thought George, you could see him fighting fatigue a lot tonight, so we got him out and put him back in late. I thought that's why he made the 3 because he had his legs back. So yeah, they get a day off tomorrow, and then back-to-backs. So.
You mentioned Paul having to guard DeRozan, but
Yeah.
overall, what did you think of the defensive effort? Especially
Yeah, I loved him. I mean, he made the mistakes you thought he would make, honestly. But I thought he did so many good things. DeRozan wasn't on the post much tonight because we put a bigger guy on him. I thought when you looked at that first game, he killed us in that little short corner area, and he didn't get that tonight. And I thought a lot of that was because Paul Reed was on him. So, You know, he did other things. You know, we knew at some point he would go for the DeRozan pump fake. You know, he was crushed by that, and we were laughing like he does it to everybody. You're just part of that, and just be fine with that. But I loved his energy. If there's a loose ball, Paul Reed's going to get it. You know, that's part of the reason we like him.
What about just overall defensively, just especially because you didn't have Matisse tonight, just given the offense?
Yeah, it was good. Active hands. They test you. They have a lot of offense, a lot of offensive players, and they stretch you. And I thought we did a pretty good job with it.
Doc, I'm sorry for being late to the party, but I gotta ask a question that was already asked about, reaching that milestone.
Yeah.
Is it extra special too, being it?
It's extra. It's special because it was in Chicago. Honestly, Keith, I don't, and I literally don't count. I don't. That's not why I'm doing this. I had no concept that I was even in 1,000 territory. You know, so yeah. I mean, the fact that it happened in Chicago, my brother was here. You know, yeah, that stuff's special. I don't think about it much. You know, I don't do it for that. And it also says, as I said earlier, I've had great people, great staffs, you know, great front offices, great coaching, and great players. You know, when I think about all the players I've had the pleasure of coaching, I'm a really lucky guy.
You're a real lucky guy. I mean, you can say that, but at the same time, you're a dude who didn't want to be a coach.
No, I didn't. I thought coaching was nuts. I mean, have you ever looked at Mike Fratello and Pat Riley and Larry Brown? Those are the guys that coached me. I tell you what I was lucky at, that I was coached throughout my life, from high school with Glenn Wittenberg to college with Rick Majerus and Hank Raymonds, to the pros with Mike Fratello, Bob Hill, Pop, Larry Brown. I mean, some of it had to rub off, you know. So I've been I've been coached well in my life, and I think that's helped me be a pretty good coach.
Something that you've talked about quite a bit that we got to see in full clarity tonight, Joel starting a little bit slower but not losing his cool and
No.
ending up with 30 and 15. What did you think about the way that he started?
I love how he's playing. I mean, at halftime, I walk in and he's like, I got my fault before you hit me about the turnovers. I mean, he was so frustrated with the turnovers at halftime. He's just in a great place, and the team's in a great place. We got to keep him there. We got a lot of work to do.
This was another one. What did you make of Shake's defense? I mean,
He was good. Got his hands on the ball. We tried as much as we could to take him from his left hand. You know, it's amazing how he still gets there. But overall, I thought Shake was probably the best on him, keeping him, forcing him right. He can still make shots right, but he's lethal left. And I thought Shake did just a great job. You know, it was funny. We told him no foul shooter, and then that late one, that's why he was so upset. But I love that Shake, who is really an offensive player, is getting into playing defense. He asks for coverages now. You know, that's something I can tell you last year he would never ask to guard someone. And he's done that 2 times now, and that's a good thing.
I was actually going to ask about Shake too. Just again, we keep asking about he's coming back from the injury.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like he's at?
Yeah, I think he's pretty much there. I mean, you know, injuries are tough because you miss so much, and sometimes you think you're there, and timing, execution. I think he's some of the plays you can see that he's not sure of right now. We put a lot of stuff in when he was out, so he's still learning that. Other than that, but physically, I think he's there.
I know you're doing it out of necessity right now, but do you like him and Tyrese starting together? Is that a look that?
Yeah, it's a look that we like right now. I mean, it gives us shooting, gives us 2 ball handlers. One of the things we worried about before the year is, do we have enough guys that can handle the ball? And I think right now we would say yes.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Thank you. I got to go change clothes.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.